That's why ever since I learned Spanish, like I could holler at mama. Can you speak
¿Tú
Spanish?
hablas español? Yeah.
Sí, me español recientemente y desde aprendí español puedo hablar con las reinas y mamacitas más fácil.
Muy bien.
Y
Más o
so,
menos bien, más o menos.
también las paisas en hispanicos
No
abrir
paisas
las
del mundo.
puertas para mí. Because like,
No paisas
even
del
though
mundo.
you can, yeah, because you can like, if you can learn the language, people are so much more open to you. Like they're like, oh,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you don't even have to be the same race. Like be a black dude or be like whoever and go to Japan and speak the language. I'm sure you're not gonna be like completely accepted, but it makes such a big difference. So
Of
I'm
course.
sure when you go into like those Middle Eastern spaces and you could speak just like them, oh wow,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's huge.
They don't speak to me in English. I used to live in when I was in Santa Monica, Little Tehran near like the Sprouts, Santa Monica. I don't know. It's called Little Tehran. So I used to go there and they wouldn't speak English to me because they thought
Hmm.
that I was a Persian girl trying to look white.
Hmm.
So they like cut it out, So I had to take
Wow.
Farsi classes because I couldn't go grocery shopping because they wouldn't speak English to me. It's like little things like this happen. And I'm not saying like, oh, poor me, not like that. I'm just saying like things happen to like all sorts of people that aren't accepted. And it's just a weird feeling. Like,
Yeah. What would you like what would be ideal for you? Do you wish Irish people were more accepting of you? Like you saying that's weird. What would be more comfortable for you? Or what does a more comfortable space look like?
no, I don't even like them. I don't like people that are like that are like like that are like like you don't belong, I don't like that. I don't want to be more like that. I just like there is like an empty space when you're something and you're not accepted to belong in it, like that's what it is. It doesn't mean like I want to like look for them or I wish I like looked different, like I'm an adult now, like my hair's brown, I look how I look.
Yeah.
But like there is like that like, kind of like little hole in your heart where it's like I wish people, if I had like red hair and like all my cousins or something, like they'd be like, oh, you're one of that, like I want to feel like it's always nice. I mean, like humans are herd animals. It'd be nice to feel part of a herd, and I have no
Yeah.
herd.
Well, hey, if you're always invited to my meetups if you're ever in LA, That's why
Where
like
in
I
LA
had
are
a
you?
yeah, I had a club, a mixed club, and I called it the Mixed and Multicultural Club. Because a lot of people because remember, multiracial people we're not just mixed race, we're also multicultural. And we're exposed to different cultures. We're in spaces where we have to adapt to different kinds of people and different kind of cultures. And I think multiracial people are not alone in that experience. And so everyone in chat's talking about what does this have to do with mixed people? This has everything to do with mixed people. This has everything to do with the multiracial, multicultural experience. And I love that she's coming up here because she talks about it's not always just about your racial makeup that determines your cultural experience. Phenotype, the way you appear, and your ability to connect with other cultures is huge. And she's directly addressing my first question: where do mixed people belong? As a multicultural person, she is directly relating to us mixed people who
Thank
talk about
you.
not having a place to belong, who talk about going into spaces and not feeling like we're something enough. So don't try to gatekeep people in my life because we don't do that here, please.
Thank
But
you. And
so
I'm
I
trying to
love
say,
that you're
like,
up here.
it's not like I'm just trying to like, like I like to come on here to like learn things and stuff like that. Like I'm not trying to say like, oh my God, I'm mixed and like giving an experience of when I went down south and like I know it's more serious than like what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of like talking along the lines of like it's so broad that people deal with, like you go to an Asian country, like all they have is like I went to Thailand and like all their all their facial products is like whitening. Like they're white.
Hmm.
Like every single culture has like some screwed up stuff going on, like and it's like it might not be as bad, but like there's like hurt and like we all kind of like want to talk to somebody and like I don't know, maybe figure it out and move on and learn and be better.
Yeah. Well, hey, I know I love this conversation we're having. I do have other people that want to come up here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can you please follow me and come back and talk some more sometime?
Yeah, I
Um,
just joined TikTok, so I don't really know it. I'm gonna give you my. I only really do Instagram. So I'll send you my
I'm on
Instagram.
Instagram too.
But
I'm on
like,
same username on Instagram.
and you have to put something like uh
I'm the bald
meh.
guy from TikTok.
Okay, but you've got to find me. I don't know social. So there's my Instagram. Just like put something like so I know who you are.
Okay.
All right, lovely, lovely
I'm gonna
talking to
delete it real
you.
quick. Follow on Leandra.
It's fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
Oh,
What are
I
they
can't
gonna?
delete shit. All right, well, it's just stuck there. Okay, Will, it was really good talking to you. I really appreciate you having you on, and yeah, hope have a good rest of the night.
I like that. I have respect for you,
I
and
have respect for you too. Look, I'm here for multiracial unity, but the overall goal is to be a display of what unity with all cultures looks like. So it's
and
good to
I
have you.
and I thank you for that because a lot of people are just on here for clickbait and they don't know what they're talking about and they're not accepting or kind and like so I'm just like appreciative for who you are, and
I
that'll be that.
appreciate you
I
too.
gave you my Insta. Like,
Okay, cool. Well, I'll be hitting you up soon. I found it right there, but I'm gonna run my show. I can't give you the attention I want to right now. I'm just kidding. I got to host my show. All right. Thank you guys. Recon, if you want your video to be on, you can. You don't have to have your video on. I'm gonna let you on next. Chat, please be nice. You know, I shouldn't have to tell you guys to be nice. You guys are used to toxic. But this is not toxic. This is just TikTok. All right. Hi,
Hey,
hola, ¿cómo estás?
bien, bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien. Anything you wanted to share or any responses to the prompts?
I just kind of wanted to get on here because I don't know. I guess being a different kind of mixed and not, like not looking, I guess how a typical mixed person would look. I just wanted to come and join and kind of see what everybody was talking about.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
you want to maybe tell us about your experiences or what you mean by a different kind of mixed?
So, where I live, majority of everybody is like mixed with Mexican, or black. And a lot of people don't understand when it comes to being mixed with like Puerto Rican, because with Puerto Rican they come in all shades, right?
Yeah.
And my father is half black and my mom is Puerto Rican, and there's a mixture of both the Afro Latina and like the Spaniard on the Puerto Rican side.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've just had kind of people, especially down south where I live. Um, it's one of those things to where some months, like people are like, "Oh yeah, I thought you maybe were Latino or something," and then other times they're like, "You're just white," like
Hmm.
what do you mean, And so I've had a lot of issues with people like, "Well, you don't look Mexican." That's a big thing. Like, you don't look Mexican. I'm like, well, no, that Mexican and Puerto Rican are not the same, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And so do you feel like I noticed your name is Rican Hermosa. Do you kind of gravitate towards being Puerto Rican more than another mix, or is that just kind of a username?
Actually, so I just have that on here. That's like, my name is Chiffon.
Okay. Hi, Chiffon. I'm Andre.
Um, and so, I guess I gravitated more towards that because I felt like I wasn't able to gravitate towards more of my dad's side because I didn't feel like I had the right to, with me not looking black, like like I said, my grandmother is full black, and my grandfather is Portuguese and Irish
Hmm.
on my dad's side, and so even though my dad is obviously a Biracial, like looks more. He looks more like you like y'all had about the same. And when he was younger, he had like a fro and stuff like that. So, um, I was actually raised by my black grandmother,
Hmm.
but I just more so, I guess, started trying to learn about my Puerto Rican side and like going around my relatives and stuff, and I just kind of say more that I'm Puerto Rican, just because if I try to say, oh yeah, I'm part black, they're like, nah, nah, don't, like, no, you're a white girl, no, we're not doing that.
Oh
So
wow. And how did that make you feel? I mean, like, did you want to be accepted by black people? Did you feel like part of you wants to connect with black people or black
oh no,
spaces?
that's all I've known. Like, I've only, like, where I live is predominantly black. Like, there are some Mexican, but that's pretty much it. I went to, like, the school that I went to was, I want to say, majority, like, it's very diverse, but like with the group that I hung out with, because I actually wasn't, whenever I was younger, I kind of wasn't accepted by like the Hispanic, because like I said, around here was just Mexican. And
Hmm.
so even though
And
um
Mexicans don't get along well with Puerto Ricans, I hear, right? Or they don't really
no,
see.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's a lot to do with, because so certain slang words and other things, they're different, right? So whenever I try to talk, like with my Mexican neighbors and stuff like that, it's um they kind of look at me and they try to just speak English, because some stuff, it's just not, they don't understand it,
Yeah.
and so it's one of those things to where whenever I was in school, I gravitated to more towards, because there was a lot of people that knew my dad's side, so obviously they knew that my dad was half black, and so I was more accepted in school by the black kids than I was Mexican kids, because I actually didn't speak English whenever I was younger, right?
Oh wow.
And then eventually, my abuelitos passed away,
I'm
and
sorry.
so um, English just kind of became, that was it. That, like, that was all that was spoken, and so at one point, I don't know where, but I just basically, English just took over, and so that's just all I spoke. And if you didn't speak 100% fluent, Spanish, especially like the Mexican version, then in school, like, you weren't welcome at the tables. You didn't get to come sit at the tables and stuff, because it was only, they only spoke Spanish and stuff. So it was one of those things to where I just went ahead and just sit with my other friends, like at the black tables and stuff.
Yeah, at the same time, you sort of saying like you were accepted, but also that you weren't like totally accepted because they just saw you as white. So you were accepted, but were you really accepted as black?
Oh,
Did you
no, no,
feel
no,
like
no, no. No, 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 no. I was accepted just because, like, now they accepted me more as like if we were going somewhere, and this I'm gonna give my age away, because this was back whenever, like, if you went to like the parties and stuff, you were like, oh well, look at the snow bunny type stuff.
Mhm.
And so my friends would be like, "Oh, no, 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 she's Spanish. She's not white. She's Spanish." So they kind of accepted that more so than even some of my Puerto Rican like family, because like we got caught a lot of things, like when they would come here and stuff, and we were, they called whitewashed or American washed or whatever you want to call it. Um, and so I actually like had more support on like my black side, telling me to yeah, get back into the Spanish, start making sure you keep that side of you.
Oh, those are good
It doesn't
friends.
matter what, yeah, it doesn't matter what, other people say and stuff like that. So to where one aspect is, they're like, nah, just because your dad's half black, you still white. Like, he's half black, so you're just white. And so that's
Mm.
kind of how I always viewed it. I just felt like, okay, you know, I'm not really going to talk on that, front, because I always felt like I don't have the right to do that. I have more so, I guess I felt more so the right to speak as far as like when it comes to the Hispanic community or something like that.
Yeah. Have you ever tried like reconnecting with Puerto Rican culture? Like, even though, you say you grew up around mostly Mexicans, have you ever had a chance to maybe go to Puerto Rico or maybe move to New York or, explore that side of yourself?
So I went when I was like a kid, but no, with funds and stuff, and also my kids and everything, I haven't been able to go back. But I do. So because I lost my language whenever I was younger, I've actually made sure my kids, because my kids are black presenting, like, a lot of people don't know that they're, they just think they're 100% black. But I teach them Spanish so they can they can be bilingual. And then also I cook a lot of, I cook empanadillas. I make, arroz con pollo, like things that they like, because there's a lot of they're picky. But I do try to still make dishes and stuff that my abuela made, and so that they can, I guess, have a little bit of my, Puerto Rican culture.
Wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, I even want to go to like those places, even though I'm not Puerto Rican or Hispanic or anything, just to inform myself and see what it's like being in a place that's not America. But no, have you ever? Now let me ask you this: have you ever been in a space full of other mixed people, or have you ever wanted to?
Um, I actually know I've never just been around mixed people. Where I'm from, for some reason, it's like one or the other ways. It's like a lot of mixed people, and also it depends on, I guess, what parent is what, because they gravitate more towards, um, doing being around more white people, and doing like the
Hmm.
more country type thing, and they don't really mix with black people, even being mixed. And so
Interesting.
I have been around some mixed people, but it's the ones that take more of their black side and, kind of live where I live.
Yeah, so it's too bad. Like a lot of no makes people get pressured to gravitate towards one side or the other. I'm in Los Angeles, so I sort of have since I'm in such a diverse environment where so many different races, I kind of do have more freedom to just be mixed, and I stand on that now. Like, hey, I'm mixed. I'm not going to pick a side. I'm not going to minimize any aspect of myself. When you do become an adult, I realize, I'm going to create my own spaces. I'm going to be that central friend who can be friends of all races. And it could be a very empowering thing. And I just want to, like, suggest that idea to you, maybe connecting with your Puerto Rican culture, but also like understanding that, you don't have to necessarily feel like you need to belong anywhere when you really belong to the world. And trying to connect with all cultures is good. And if you do have like multiracial kids, I encourage you to have, if you can, expose them to diverse environments where their race and culture, their race is not going to matter as much because they're constantly interacting with different races and different cultures. Like some of the least racist like people I meet are in LA or New York, because if you're a mixed person, you don't have to like you're not seeking belonging to groups because people aren't so grouped up, right? You can go to spaces and see a diversity of faces, and they're grouped up by like interests, right? Like, oh, these are the
Hmm.
kids who like to make music. These are the kids who like to act. These are the
Right.
people who work here. And I would just, if you ever get the chance, just consider giving your kids that experience so they don't have to, experience the need to belong anywhere. Even though they are black presenting, I feel like even those monoracial presenting mixed people still feel a desire to have community with both of their sides. Sort of like the white lady who was on here, but she was Arab presenting, right? She was embraced by Arabs, but she still had a desire to connect with her white side as well. But what was your name? I do have someone else who wanted to come up. I really appreciate you sharing your experience.
Chiffon.
Chiffon. And Chiffon, did you have any last stuff you wanted to add before you go?
No, I was just gonna agree with you. I am trying to get actually away from where I'm currently living. I'm in the process of possibly, because I'm in college right now, and I'm actually trying to maybe switch locations so that my kids can kind of experience life outside of, because there's a lot of racism. There's a lot of stuff going on where I am
Sounds like
still
it.
currently, and I just don't want. They're still, well, I have older children, but the younger ones, they're still young enough to where I feel like if we do get away, that they will be better because of it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I feel like I wish my parents, the racism kids encounter as no we encounter as children kind of stays with us through the rest of our life, and it can take a long time to undo. So I encourage you and I support you if you can, move to a better environment where you don't have to be around that racism. I tell people, hey, if you're in a racist environment, just get the fuck out of there. That's a priority, because it's going to wear down your health. It's going to wear down your mental health and your quality of life. But I really appreciate you having you on. And feel free to reach out or message me anytime you're looking for support for your kids or any resources.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye.
You too.
Yeah, so one of the things I am trying to do is create support networks for mixed parents or parents of mixed or multicultural children. I think that the parents play as just important as a role as us mixed people ourselves. And for parents to understand our experiences and have those resources available to you, them is going to be very important. Hi, Ines. Welcome back. I saw you. Be nice in the chat, please. All right, welcome back.
Oh my God! Wait, what part? Say it.
I'm not going to repeat it. There's
yawn?
everyone has their time.
Okay.
Everyone
You're right.
here. Because look, you waited, right? So you want me to give you your full 10 minutes?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's all. I gotta give everyone their time because they waited.
You're right.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You're so cool. You're like my little brother just chastised me, and you're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm the same man. I'm not. How old are? Well, you don't have to tell me your age.
I am. Okay. No, I'm 51. How old are you? 30.
Oh, okay. I'm 37.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fine.
I'm just like impatient, but I didn't think that you were gonna see that.
No, I see the chat because I got a moderator. Y'all be tripping in
Yeah,
here.
but I didn't know you could. I mean, sometimes that's a lot to catch up. Like, people.
Well, I have like a longer thing. I'm on my computer, so I can see everything. And so like that's why like when people are arguing too much, like Desire Lambo and Dre Legend going back and forth, spamming up the chat, I might have to mute the chat. So can you guys chill out? This is not. We feel the vibe. Am I sitting here arguing with my guests? I'm not. So let people be wrong. Like, it's cool. Okay, someone said something I don't agree with. Fuck it. You're gonna fucking argue with all right, so like this, boo boo said, mix this in a race. Am I really gonna waste my time? Yes, it is. All right,
yeah,
fine,
I know,
you're
it's
wrong.
stupid.
Yeah.
Do I like this where I don't have to, or if I push it, is my camera gonna be on? It's almost like better so that I don't get made fun of. I mean, I'm cute, but
I can't see I can't see your face. I like seeing a face if you want the audio, but it's up to you. If you want to keep
I don't know how to even do it. Camera. Camera. Oh my God. Okay. How do I? And then I'm on the camera, but it says save. So go like that and then save. That's so weird. Oh, you can see me. Oh, cute. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so listen.
Okay, now I can see you. You're not 50. You lying. Are you?
I am. I'm 51 actually.
No, you're not. Hey, chat. Do you think she's 51?
I swear to God, why would I make myself older?
Lying and making up stories on my chat so she could call me little brother.
I'd say 41, if anything. I'm 51. But listen, all right. I had my baby. She's 9 years old. I had her when I was 42. Oh, I'm an old mom. Yeah. But listen, okay. Oh, she looks 40s. I love that. Okay. That's so cool. Okay, we're not going to talk about me because the little girl she said, oh, you're so pretty. And my daughter just like rolled her eyes. I'm like, did you hear that? But I love that. Oh, okay. So wait, can I ask you questions? Do you have kids?
What's up with y'all getting up here and ask me questions? All right, y'all supposed to answer the prompt. No, I don't have kids.
Okay, because I'd like to know. And then I heard that your mom, it's kind of like not the normal. Like your dad was white and your mom is black.
Well, my dad's actually mixed, and my mom identifies as black, but she has like some very strong white admixture as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, the last question. Then,
so I'm kind of multi-generational mixed.
Yes. Okay, so did you feel ever more comfortable with one side of your like mom, like, when you walked into a place, did you feel more comfortable with her or more with your dad? Because like my dad was blacker than black because he passed away. That's why I say was. My mom was whiter than white. I honestly felt a little bit more comfortable with the white-looking mom. And I don't know. I think it's because of the environment. You know what I mean? Like, did you ever feel like that? Like, more like, okay, this is my white dad. Huh? Like,
You know what? I think I just had the privilege of being in such a multicultural environment that I never felt
Yeah.
like I fit in anywhere
Yeah.
unless it was multicultural. Like I remember I went to an almost all white school when I was 6. Then I went to an all black school after I got
Mhm.
kicked out of that school. And then I begged my parents to put me in a diverse school. Like as early as like 6 or 7 years old, because my mom put me in like mostly black kindergartens and preschools, and I
Yeah.
went to a white school for first grade, and I went to like and I'm like, no, I want to be in an integrated school because both sides give me shit, right?
Yeah.
But my family was always cool with me. I
Yeah.
never felt like I didn't be. It's funny, like you can look at a picture of me and like with my white side of the family, even though they're also mixed, they just look paler. Like
Yeah.
I'm like the darker one, and they're completely embracing of me, right? But
Yeah.
also both sides of my families are very liberal and multicultural. So both sides of my families have mixed kids or mixed adoptees.
See, that's why
So like,
you're. Yeah.
so
I feel like
I
that's why you're okay. Like you feel you're grounded.
Maybe, and I don't, so I
Yeah.
don't have that trauma of being like hated or rejected by any side of my family.
Yep.
I've been hated and rejected by my peers,
Oh
but
hell
not by
yeah.
any side. I mean, look, I'll say this: my mom and my black side really tried to push the whole like,
You're black.
you're black, and then my
Yeah.
mom, and then if I say anything, oh, you think you're white. I remember I told my mom, I said, hey, I don't agree with like beating your kids. I remember my mom came to visit me while I was in prison. I'm already
Oh,
enduring
good.
torture and
Okay.
punishment
Hmm.
every day in prison. It's horrible. And then
How long were
she
you?
comes there to tell me like, "Oh, I wish that I had beat you more." And it's like, yo, 90%, 99% of people in prison are child abuse victims. I don't
Yeah.
agree with like this attitude. Just if any of your kids stay out of line, you just get mad and whip them because if that worked, all these people wouldn't be
Yeah.
in prison right now. And then she
Right.
says, "Oh, so you think like white people do? You think you're white?" And I'm
Oh.
like, "Okay, you realize I'm half white, like, but
Oh, that's a
also."
little. Ooh, that could have fucked you up. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's like, yo, why'd you if like so it's like this whole like she had came from a military family. She came from like a black military household, even though her mom is like high yellow, like very pale.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But she has this very like what do you call where you punish someone?
Um.
Punitive, not
Punitive.
capital
Like.
punishment. Not what's it
Yeah.
called?
Yeah. It is capital punishment, isn't it?
No. What's the word for like corporal punishment?
A
She
corporal.
highly
Corporal.
plead. Yeah, thank you. I smoked you
Yeah.
too. She highly believed in corporal
That was
punishment.
quick. I smoked you. That was
But
fast.
and I'll say, hey, like I don't think beating your kids works because everyone in this fucking prison got beaten, and look at
Yeah.
where we
Yeah.
are.
No
And
talk to beat. Yeah.
that's where she really pushed the whole "you think you're white," and I
Because
was
she
telling
didn't
her,
know. Yeah.
yeah, but I was telling her, look, like these black people here in prison were giving me shit. Like
Yeah.
every day it was sort of like they had to use my whiteness against me. Some of them were cool. No, I
That
won't
sucked.
that. Some of them were
I
cool
know
and
that
accepting.
sucked.
But yeah, and like these were like people from the hood. And I grew up in the hood, right? And a lot of like I didn't grow up around middle class or upper class or educated black people. I grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of violence. I was running fades like every week. I stopped taking the bus because it was just too much shit that was going
Oh
on
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. They were
So
pissed. Yeah. I
yeah,
know.
so no, but hey, there's other mixed people who were in loving black environments. So
Yeah.
everyone has different
Yeah.
experiences. But so for me to say that's why when I got out of prison, that's what inspired me to do this because prison is segregated by race. You have to
Yeah.
choose a side. But even though I ran black, I didn't really give me a choice. They just threw me in a cell with a black person.
Yep.
They asked me what hood I was from, and because I was from Gardena, they were like, "Okay, you're gonna run black because I'm from a Crip neighborhood." So I was kind of Crip affiliated, even though I wasn't a gang member.
Did you
But
act like a gang member? Like,
no,
did you try
no.
to?
I,
Okay.
I
Okay.
purposely opposite. I like so it's crazy how like sometimes when I'm in black spaces, I'll even act whiter so I don't appear as an imposter.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
It's interesting like how these dances we gotta play as mixed people. But like if I come in talking too black or talking like because I actually might if I'm relaxed, I'll switch between white and black slang.
Yeah.
Depending on how what I wanted to express. Because some stuff I can express easier using like I guess like black vernacular. There's certain
Yeah.
expressions
Yeah.
I can
Yeah. Yeah.
express easier. Like right now I'm talking proper on here because I mean that's just the mode I'm in right now. I'm not relaxed and
Yeah.
kick back and running a show. I want everyone to
But
hear
it
me
kind of.
clearly.
Yeah. 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 You go. Yeah. Yeah. You run
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. 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 So do I. Yeah.
So I kind of like I didn't want people. Here's the thing: is that once people know that you're with the shenanigans, or they're like you're with the bullshit, like the fighting, the prison politics, the game banging, they're gonna expect you to be part of it. So I purposely like kind of white
Yeah.
voiced up and acted like I'm not part of that because I didn't want them to pull me into that. But at the same time, I had people constantly be like, "Oh, that's that white boy shit. Oh, you listen to white boy music. Oh, why you talk like a white boy? You did." It was like, yo, it was
No matter
always
what. Yeah.
yeah. So that's when I got out of prison, right? I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you talk more because I'm like taking up your time to
No,
talk.
I like this. I like the fact that you said prison, number one. That's very interesting. Wait, how long were you in prison?
I was in the federal prison for 3 years,
Okay.
and I just got out about a year ago. But I remember I got out and I had a job, and the black people at the job were politicking me again. I'm like, wait, we're free. We're not in prison no more. We don't have to act all like crazy and be politicking each other. And then like I get on these TikTok panels, and then like you already know how they are, and I say, you know what, fuck that shit. I'm mixed and I'm standing on that. I'm no longer ever in my life gonna try to put myself in racially segregated spaces.
Because it will make you try and pick, no matter what.
And the thing is, in prison though, I didn't mention, is I got along with all the races, right? I was like the most popular dude on all the yards I was at because I had the ability to connect with different cultures.
Everybody.
I learned Spanish. I taught myself Spanish in prison, right?
Oh, wow. In prison? Okay. I was wondering about that. Okay.
No, in prison. So like the paisas or los vatos en prisión. I had a lot of people to practice with, and then like I was able to conduct business with all the races, and I could communicate with everybody. So like I had like Serenios coming up to me telling me, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know." And they usually hate black people. I had the white boys, Aryan soldiers, swastikas tatted on them, NK tatted on them, trying to come and work out with me because I was doing yoga. I remember I was teaching like little yoga classes, and one of these Nazis said, "Hey, this is white power yoga hour." And then like we had like a whole mix of, I shouldn't even say that on the thing, sorry. But it was a joke because like I'm obviously not white. But we were having everybody in, and then like when you have those kind of centerpiece personalities, you can bring other races together. And I realized being a mixed person, you can have that power because people lower their guard around you. They don't have like these racial prejudices towards mixed people that they might have towards a monoracial person. Now we all have prejudice towards us, but it's different for mixed people. They're willing to like kind of give us a blanker slate if we look ambiguous, right? I don't want to make that same assumption for like a monoracial or peri-mixed person. But like, and GXH says, I've always been that person. Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't have to pick a side. I can just be myself and have friends from all backgrounds. I'm gonna just do that. And that's kind of how I ended up in this whole "it's okay to be mixed" thing. And I threw a mixed meetup yesterday. Yeah.
It's really healthy if you are like that, because some people are so into the "I'm black even though I'm mixed. I'm black" because they're so like things have happened to them. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing is when you can do both sides. Like you can be okay with both sides and be like, I am mixed. I am both, not just I'm black. And it's like, but your mom is white, isn't it? And then they're like, but I'm black, and I'm like,
Hey, what's funny is the main people that were hating on my meetup were like mixed black people, like I call them the black biracials.
Yeah.
Because I think when a lot of black biracials spend so much time fighting to be accepted as black. They spend so much energy doing that. When they encounter someone like me who's very proudly just mixed, it threatens their identity. It's like it kind of pops your bubble, and then it like kind of exposes like the whole like, damn, am I living a lie? But my thing is, if you want to identify as black and you're biracial, that's fine. But to hate on somebody else is what's weird. Right. Because there's black biracials in my mixed spaces that are like say, hey, I identify as black, but I also acknowledge the fact I'm mixed. Like you don't have to hate on other mixed people or oppose to mixed meetups. That's what's weird.
Yeah, I do. I definitely accept when people say, yeah, I'm mixed, but I do identify as black. Like just, and I get it because I know that something has happened. They're done struggling. They're like, I'm just gonna be black, and I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand completely. I've been fortunate where I can just go back and forth. I tell them what I am, and they accept me, or they don't. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's weird, anyways. It's a lot of shit, but I'm not gonna say I'm one or the other. You know what I mean? I'm just like I'm mixed, and I love it because we're chameleons.
Yeah, I'll definitely because I want to give like some grace to the people in chat that I think part of why we're chameleons is because not only do I'm guessing we have multicultural personalities, right? We know how to connect and talk to other cultures and sort of code
Someone
switch.
said something in there. They said it's a word when you kind of change. What was it? Coding or something?
Rate code switching.
Yeah, and I mean, even though that's not such a bad thing, but yeah, it's a lot of that. But it's kind of a good, you can go to a corporate world and yeah, you can do this, or you can go to the, urban side and you could do that. It kind of, you have to in life,
And
especially when
even
you're,
like there's different like even like black culture is not a monolith. You know how I'm gonna speak to black culture from black people from the South is gonna be different from how I speak to black people in LA. So I
yeah,
think we all code switch. It's not just black
yeah,
people, but I
we
think
all do.
it's not even just code switching; it's vibe switching,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
but that's what I loved about my
yeah.
meetup I had yesterday. Is this was finally like there's this girl who came and she said, "I'm actually feeling uncomfortable right now because I don't know what mask to put on." Right? Like she's like, I've never been in a space where there's only mixed people. And I've always had to show up as what other people want me to be in every space, right? Like with and
Okay.
and she was
What do you
now
look like? It's kind of
I
like
mean
maybe
she's
go there.
beautiful. That's all that's how I would just describe her. Because when I
What
see
does she
mixed
want?
people,
Yeah,
I don't see them as, oh, you're black and white. You're like it's
yeah,
weird. I see a mulatto the same way I see a Asian. I see them the exact like same way because you're mixed,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
see that individual inside of them, and I'm not going to pretend I'm colorblind, but that's
yeah.
not the first thing I see. That's like something I see maybe tertiary or last. I see, oh, you're a person that has that multicultural experience like me. Cool. Because I grew up around so many cultures that I just don't care what race you are. I don't care about who you are.
But you're so interested in it. But so when you see a mixed person, are you biting at the bit to say, what are you? Do
I'm
you say
biting at the
that?
bit to give them a hug. I don't ask what people are really. I
You
don't
don't,
really
but you don't, you really don't. You don't say,
not really like maybe like after I get to know them and we're both comfortable. But like if they
I,
told me, you know,
yeah,
I
I'm
mean also
quick.
look, some people are defensive about that. Some people haven't
Yes,
asked what they are their whole life and I don't want to be the 7,000th person that asked them that. So
I
I
know. I
don't
have to though. But yeah, I have gotten where they're like, I'll be like, what are you? And they'll be like, or I'll be like, where are you from? They'll be like, Utah. I'm like, what nationality are you? And then they're like, oh, and then they'll tell me. I've done that too, where they're like, where are you? And I'm like, but because it does get tiring. But I know people are interested. If you look different, I want to know what you are. I'm gonna say,
yeah.
what are you mixed?
Yeah.
I don't say, which I think is fine. Don't say mulatto because I know that's not. I don't even like that.
I
That's
mean,
kind of
I
like
don't
wow,
yeah, I don't really do the word the
the word thing.
vocabulary politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't like that term, I won't use it towards you. I won't call you that. But I just have a much thicker skin and stuff like that. Not to invalidate how other people feel about it, but no, the origins of the term are still highly disputed. A lot of people think it comes from the term muladi or mulawad, which meant a person of mixed descent. Um, and
Yeah.
it, and it was kind of became a Spanish term when the Moors occupied
Mulatto. Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah.
So it started with muwalad. I'll put it in the chat. Muwalad, which then became muladi, which then became mulatto, which became mulatto.
Didn't know anything.
But I think society, we like to choose what's most offensive because it gives us the moral high ground. And I think that's kind of the current trend. But Lear, I look at intention, right? When you call me
Yes.
that, do you mean mule? Like, all right, I'm not saying when I say
Yeah.
that, right? Do I mean that they're a
Yeah.
mule or do I just mean a
Yeah.
person of black and white? Right?
Yeah.
Words only hold meaning within context. So words can have more than one meaning depending on how we use it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that. Like, I think that sometimes we get caught up in finding things that are offensive and arming ourselves with like, we
That is
weaponize
true.
stuff against ourselves.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we take
Yeah.
things personal. How about that? Like I don't like unless like no one's ever like used it towards me in a derogatory manner. So
Yeah.
therefore it
Yeah.
doesn't hurt me. It doesn't
Right.
cause me any pain. And you can tell me it's offensive, but I'm not offensive. I'm not
And it
offended
hasn't
because
happened
it
to you.
doesn't.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
No, I'm not saying that hasn't happened to anyone else, but I don't have any
Right.
trauma associated with that word.
personally. Same thing.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm not, and I'm Hispanic, so I've heard that mulata, and it's normal. It's not a bad thing like it is in,
Yeah, but then
you know.
I swear it didn't become bad in America until like a couple years ago when people like
Yeah,
discovered. So that's why I'm like, no,
yeah.
I'm gonna say it anyway. You're not gonna like tell me,
Just
but it could be a dead
mix
horse
though.
topic, so I don't really try to talk about it too much. And then like, because
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
the chat turns into a vocabulary debate,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
okay. But my thing is like I find I'm Buddhist, so I find fewer things to bother me, not more.
Are you
No,
Buddhist for real?
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
the philosophy I go by a little more. I mean, Buddhism
Okay.
helped me a lot in prison, but a big part of Buddhism is reducing your level of suffering. And how do you reduce your level of suffering is how you interpret your reality. Happiness or suffering is based on your interpretation of
Okay.
reality. So
Honestly,
if I
okay.
interpret things as bad, now I suffer more.
When you were knowing that you were going to go to prison, were you already thinking in your head, I'm okay, I'm going to try to get into with like the like if there is a mixed um area, I'm going to try to get in there, or I'm going to be with the blacks, or I mean, I know you were thinking hard. Or were you
No,
like, I'll just go with the black people because I kind of like
um,
what?
what happened was I was sleeping one day and I hear the door knock, and you know when it's a cop knock. There's a
Yeah,
certain
yeah, yeah, ugh,
It's a cop
yeah,
knock. I knew
yeah.
it was the cops. I opened the door and there's 30 FBI agents with assault rifles. So no, I didn't I wasn't thinking about what race I was going to
Where
be in
I'm
prison.
gonna what group I'm gonna
I
be in.
didn't
You were just
I it
taken.
was yeah, I was just kidnapped from my home. They took me to prison
Does
and
this have something to do with money? Because you seem like something to do with like
no but
okay, okay. You don't have
I
to answer, but
yeah, no, I usually do, but I
like
recently had somebody dox me and they're like trying to get me kicked out of school and shit. I didn't do anything with kids. I didn't do anything with children. I didn't do anything with women. I didn't do anything
I didn't
sexual.
think that. I just thought
So my
money
paperwork
something
is
fraud.
good. I didn't do
Okay.
anything violent. My paperwork is good,
Yeah.
but I don't talk about my case anymore.
You
But
okay.
not publicly if you want to know. There's a lot of people who already know
I'm
about my
just
case.
wondering.
I do
Yeah.
talk about some of my videos. There's some of my videos where I do talk about it.
I just
So
the way you look, I'm thinking something to do with like what do they have now that the where everyone's a whatever trader, crypto, whatever, something to do with money. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, that's all you gotta say. You don't have to say anything else.
yeah, I can't answer that, but
You don't have to.
if you want to get on my page, I have a prison page where I do talk about my prison experiences.
I
It's
think yeah, I'm a little curious.
hi Andre, but it's
Okay,
just a very
cool.
traumatic
White collar.
experience, and I'm just tired of talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you went to the nicer prison because I know there's different ones.
Oh, I wasn't at no nice prison,
No.
but
Wait,
no,
were
I
you
wasn't at
getting
a
okay?
camp.
Racism. Okay, I know you were more with the blacks, but were they like hi yellow? Like you think you're pretty boy? Did you get a lot of that though?
Um, sort of. I mean, like I said, I was Crip affiliated, so my politics were a little different.
Yeah.
And these are California prisons where, like, you know, if someone's, yeah, actually, I don't want to talk about it. I'm sorry.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, but hey,
Ah.
I do have another guest that's waiting.
Okay.
It was
Thank
really good
you.
talking to you.
I love
Thank
talking to
you.
you.
Yeah, but if you
You're
do want some of
badass.
my story, check out my Hi Andre account. I do talk
Okay.
about it more on there.
All right. I will. Bye. Have a good
All right,
night.
bye, Inez. Bye.
Bye.
Um, thank you, Marlon White, for calling that out. Um, I just had someone dox me last night and try to like, I just want to move on in my life, you know, and focus on the positive things that I'm doing right now. You know, I did my time. I did my time. I worked on improving myself, and I'm trying to be a better person right now. So sometimes cancel culture wants to make it look like if you make a mistake that you should pay for it for the rest of your life. I just want to contribute positive things to the world, and that's what I'm doing by trying to create community for mixed race people, and also take care of my mom. Hi,
Hello.
Hi. I thank you for waiting. I saw you be waiting for a little while. Actually, can you give me 1 second? I'll be right back. I got to just use the bathroom. I'll be right back. It's Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. This is CBS News Morning. Summer disaster. Hundreds of thousands are without power in the upper Midwest. Okay, okay, okay. All right, I'm back. I drank a lot of water earlier. It's very hot in LA. Nah, uh, you guys are
Yeah,
silly
it's
in
hot
chat.
here too.
Yeah, it's humid here. It's usually not so humid in LA. I had to buy a dehumidifier. So, but how you doing? Where you
I'm
coming from?
good. I'm from Detroit. I'm
Yeah.
uh I'm more of a mature woman. I'm 57 years old. You're
Okay.
gonna hear my voice shaky a little bit. I have tremors.
That's fine.
It's but yeah, uh I was born I'm a middle child of seven. I just so happen to be my mother's only biracial child.
Mm,
um, I'm the only one with a white parent. My father, my mother's black, but she has a Creole lineage. She's a light skinned black woman.
okay.
Yeah, so the rest of my siblings, all six of them, they have a black father.
Okay.
And yeah, it is very interesting.
And were they all
I
they were
grew
all
up,
black, I'm guessing? All the siblings are black because they
yeah,
had a black
yeah,
father.
all
Okay.
six of them are black. And I grew up the only one that was I look very white.
Hmm.
And my father is Polish and Croatian, and my mother, she has some mixture of, with the French, and she got some Irish in there too, some Irish and Scottish in there
Okay.
too, and Native American also, of course,
Oh,
with the
nice.
French. And yeah, so well, of course with the African also. And yeah, it was interesting growing up with six siblings, and I didn't. But the trouble is, my father, him and my mother, they had an affair, and he took off, because she kind of ran him off. She was married.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was interesting. I didn't find out I was mixed until I was about 11, going on 12 years old. Because my stepdad, he's a black man, and he broke it to me because he was my daddy. He was like, "Baby, I just want to let you know, I'm not your real father." I was like, "Wait a minute, what do you mean?" He's a
Oh, wow.
dark skinned man. And, he looked at me, he was like, yeah, because my mother's light skinned. So, I figured I look like my mama. Then my other siblings, they were like, because we're all, different shades. We go from light skin, my oldest sister, light skin, my baby brother is dark. I mean, dark.
Mm,
He, nice and chocolate. And, so all of us are different colors, so it didn't matter, who's what. So I blended right in with everybody else. It just, I turned out to be the lightest one. So
yeah.
my grandmother, she would talk to me, and she'd tell me, she was like, "Baby, I just want to tell you, you're black." So I grew up black, because my grandmother, being the matriarch, I didn't have a grandfather. He died when the year I was born. So, I didn't have, a male figure too much besides my stepdad, which I hate even calling him my stepdad because he took care of me because my father wasn't around till I was, in my 20s.
Yeah.
So, and I'm still just now getting to know him really these days, because, we really didn't have a relationship even as after I was an adult. So I'm now taking care, helping to take care of him. I just put him in a nursing home for rehabilitation. And so I'm still, just now getting to know him after he had a heart attack not too long ago.
I'm sorry to hear
So
that.
I'm, trying to take care of him. But my grandmother told me, she's like, "No, baby, you're black, just like the rest of us." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm black." So I did that forever. And, a lot of my siblings would get into fights with other kids. They'd be like, "Your sister's white. Who is this? Who is this?" I bring people home. They'd be like, "Wait a minute, you didn't tell me your family." I didn't think about it. I did not think about it. So, y'all see me on the picture, and if you see me even now in person, my hair is a mess right now. I got some grays I don't want nobody to see right now. But if you see me, I look like a white woman. And but if you see me, you'll also see, you could kind of tell, yeah, she looked like a Creole woman, like a Creole or a Cajun woman from Louisiana. I got that look too. And but my grandmother, she always just let me know, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, as soon as you open your mouth, they're gonna tell what you are. Which, I'm sure you can tell by the sound of my voice, that's what I sound like. So, my everybody always questioned it, when I was growing up, and it's just that I always said, I was Black. But nowadays, with everything that's going on right now, I am less saying that, especially with, like, I have my own business right now, but when I was working and everything, I kind of did that less. I say more so now mixed, because I want Black women and my sisters to have a chance. Because I do get more of, she's white from everybody, from the Black community to, everywhere I go, I get identified as being a white woman. So,
and I agree with that too, because it's like, I don't want to take, that's why I think there needs to be like representation for mixed people that's separate from Black people, because I don't want to take up space for Black people.
Right.
Like,
I don't want to do that. Right.
and
But
people might see it as me like thinking I'm better than Black people or being separate from Black people. It's like, no,
right.
like if you cast a Black person for a movie, cast one who looks Black. Don't just cast me because I'm like a mix of Black, or I'm ambiguous, because now I feel like I'm taking a seat that a monoracial Black person could be taking. But I'm sorry to cut you off.
Speaking of it, I work in the entertainment business.
Okay.
I do cast people in movies. And you're right about that. And just like somebody said, well, if you get stopped by the police, they think you're a white woman. And that's true. They think I'm a white woman until I open my mouth. And then they see. I actually got into a tiff one day on the streets a couple of times. One was with a white guy and one was with a sister. Okay. And the sister, I got out the car, she was like, what you want to do? And I got out the car and I was like, well, what you want to do? So, and she got back in her car like, wait a minute. She's really, she knows, like, don't come at me, I won't come at you. But anyway, the white dude, I called him a HONKY. And he was like, wait a minute. He was like, wait a minute, who do you think you are? I was like, oh, no, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I got that from my grandmother. I'm like, oh, I can't be saying stuff like that. I'm like, don't do that. And I'm like, oh, I can't be doing that. I can't be. And I never use the N word. I do not. I'm too light, bright, damn near WHITE to be using that. I don't. That's one thing. That's one line. Because I heard it so much when I was a young woman, used against my family. I don't use that word. I don't use it. And yes, I have been bad in using other against the other side. I don't want to ever use either one against nobody, because I don't like racial names. I don't like that. And I don't want to, do that to either side, no one. But I have to watch my temper, because I have my grandmother's temper. And she was, she didn't have it easy when it came to being a Black woman, a single Black woman, and she was crippled too. So she didn't have it easy back there in those days, in those times, her or her sisters.
Well,
but anyway, do you have any questions for me?
Well, I just like hearing your perspective, and it's kind of refreshing because a lot of like older mixed people, they're like, they come from a different time period, right? Like when there wasn't a I mean, a mixed identity, and a lot of
Hmm.
them are very resistant to, or against us. Like a lot of the most hater comments I get are from like black biracial, like black identifying biracials, and older black biracials because they don't understand. They're from like the time period of one drop, right?
Hmm.
So they think they're not willing to break out of the one drop ideology. It's very
Hmm.
hard for them because it's like been ingrained and internalized for so long that when they see someone like me who identifies as mixed, they're immediately like turned off by it. They're very off put and antagonistic towards me. So
No, they shouldn't be. That's
yeah,
terrible. They
like my
shouldn't
mom.
be.
I was talking about my mom earlier. My mom like is like black, but she's like really unsupportive of me calling myself mixed. All of my mixed efforts, whether it be my mixed meetup or my organization, she's like very against it because she
I,
sees me
and
as
I
black.
understand because my son is like you. My son is even my son has the bald head too. And
Well, I mean,
me
he
and my
wasn't
son
born
had
like
that
that.
discussion.
He
Yeah,
he has hair too.
yeah. Yeah,
But
you remind me of my son. But my
okay.
son is much lighter than you and he has green eyes.
Oh,
And I tell, but see, my son got a black nose, and I tell him, I said, son, you and that, I'm mixed stuff. See, you got two black parents. That's what I tell him. I said, son, you got two black parents. Your father's black, and I'm black. I said, you can't be telling people you're mixed because you're not.
but he is mixed though, because both you guys
He's
have some
not.
admixture.
He's not mixed. He's not
Okay,
mixed.
but
You got two black parents.
you
You're not
identify as black. Okay,
mixed.
but ma'am, you identify as black even though you still have a lot of white mixture
True,
genetically.
but I'm black because my mother is black. And see, I understand the one drop rule thing, but see, you forget I was born in a different time.
But your son
So
was
I
born
was
at a
under
different
the
time than
one
you as
drop
well.
rule. I was under that.
Yeah,
See,
but
I was born in 1968. So we still was going through a lot of stuff in those times.
but why
That
would you
was
force?
when,
But why would you force that on your son who comes from a different time
but
period? Because
see,
racial
I'm not
dynamics don't stay the
forcing
same.
that on him. I
But
just want him to understand that when they see his nose, society is going to look at him as he looks just like Jesse Williams on Grey's Anatomy. I mean, they are twins. They're gonna see a black man. When you look at Jesse Williams, you see a black man, don't you? Except my
no,
son
I
is
see a
completely
mixed
bald.
person. I don't know who Jesse Williams is, but if you told me that
From
there was a
Grey's
lighter
Anatomy,
skin, I don't watch TV. But if you told me a lighter skinned person with green eyes, even if they have black nose, I'm immediately gonna be like, yeah, he's mixed. And it's easier if you're racially ambiguous to go out through the world just saying you're mixed to clear up any confusion because he's not going to be immediately seen as black the same way that Wesley Snipes is, or the same way that Eddie Murphy or Will Smith is.
but
So,
see, the
like,
thing about us black people in America, we are diverse. We are
yeah.
very diverse. That's the difference between us and Africa. We're very diverse over here. They're diverse too, but not as diverse as we are. We go from being very dark to very white over here.
But I think that flattening the black experience also eliminates conversations about what different colors have. So if he has an experience of being a lighter skinned person that presents as mixed, to say that he's just black flattens his experience, just like saying all
But
mixed
see,
people.
there's no just in black though. There's no just.
But you're saying
Black
he's
is an
black. You told him he's just black. You're not
but
mixed, you're just black. That's what you
no, no,
said.
no. No, I'm not. See, the thing is, he's not just mixed and he's not just black. He is that diversity of black.
Okay.
He's that
But
diversity.
that black diversity also includes being mixed, right? That's why a lot of people call mixed
True,
people black.
but all of Americans, all black Americans are diverse.
Yeah.
All Black
But
Americans are
that's
diverse.
that's his identity though. If that's how he identifies now, he wants to, if because for whatever reason in his life experience, right, just saying I'm black doesn't fit. If he sees himself as not the same as other black people, he's not treated the same as other black people. That's another thing is people say, oh, if I get pulled over by the cops, they're going to see a black person. You act like, no, I've been pulled over plenty of times. I've gone through the prison system. I'm not treated the same or seen the same as other black people. And the thing is that maybe you see your son as black, like my mom sees me as black, but I don't experience life as the average black person. And so, like I said, I don't want to take up black people's spaces, but at the same time, racial dynamics are always changing. It's not the 60s anymore. It's not the 70s or the 80s. It's 2026. And to identify with your mixedness, because he does have white heritage. So to call himself
Yes,
black,
he
yes.
does.
But he's denying all of his ancestors that have white heritage. He's
But see,
eliminating all those
I don't want him to be
ancestry.
shocked when something happened to you when you went to prison. What was the first place they put you?
I mean, it depends. When I went to county, they put me with the Mexicans the first time. When I went to the feds, they put me in a cell with a black person.
Okay.
But that was more because I was from
But
a Crip
one
neighborhood.
one place you will never go is where?
But why is that a fear tactic you're trying to push on me? I never asked to be white. I know you're trying to say, well, you'll never be white, but that's just like what my mom says. Oh, you think you're white.
But that
I
is
think I'm
where they
mixed.
will never put you, though.
I know, but there's more, man. But there's more
just know
colors than
that.
black or white. So why? I know that. But why do you need to bring that up?
No. I'm just saying that's a fact.
Okay, but why
I'm
bring
just
that up?
I just want to let you know that that's what my
But
grandmother was
I
trying
never
to
wanted
tell
to be white.
me.
I never wanted to be
That's
white
what
though. Why do
that's
so
what
many
my
black
grandmother
people?
was trying to tell
Yes,
me.
but why do so many black people try to say, "Oh, well, you'll never be seen as white," if we try to just say we're mixed?
But my grandmother tried to tell me the same thing, sweetheart. My grandmother said, "You will never be them." That's all she was trying to tell me, and that's
But I
all
don't
I'm trying to
understand why you're
tell
trying
you
to
and
tell
my
me that.
son.
But why tell us that? What makes you think we think we're white? That's why I'm asking
Because you need to understand that this is what they will always remind you.
Who's they? You're speaking from my
Who do you
experience.
think they are?
I don't know, because the world isn't just white and black people.
Oh,
I
yes,
live in
it
Los
is.
Angeles.
And
I
they
live in Los
reminded you
Angeles.
when you
No,
went to
your fear
prison.
tactics are not going to work on me. Look, all
No,
right, thank you
sweetheart,
for your,
where did they?
look, your fear tactics aren't going to work for me. All right, I know you come from Jim Crow South. I know you're from another area, but stop trying to force me to see things the way you think. I know I'm not white, but I'm also not just black. I represent both sides of me, and we have the freedom to do that now. There's Hispanic people out there, there's Asian people out there, there's Indian people out there. So you're telling an Indian person you're just black, and you're gonna tell an Asian person, you're like, why is that only applied? All right, Andrea, I'm gonna have to get you out of here. Like, this is ignorance. Why are black, like, you're stuck in this black and white binary. This is internalized oppression. You've had this ideology forced upon you by white people, and you continue to hold it and embrace it. You continue the one-drop ideology. No one in society, you say they are not forcing one-drop ideology. The only people that continually say they see me as black are black people. I can tell a white person I'm mixed, they say, okay, right? They're not going to sit there and tell me, oh, no, you're not mixed, you're black. Only black people do that. And so many black people this is what I was talking about. These older black people try to force that on us. They try to make us think that, they try to scare us with, oh, well, let's see when the cops pull you over. Let's see when you go to jail. I've been pulled over. I've gone to jail. I've lived life for 37 years. I know I'm not white, but I also know I'm not just seen as black as well. So that fear tactic of trying to tell me I won't be seen by the other side isn't going to work. It's just like saying, if you leave me, Alexa, turn on the lights in my bedroom. It's this fear tactic of kind of saying, oh, well, if you leave me, then no one else is going to love you. Well, guess what? I left and I got embraced by the world. That's what I'm talking about, my multiculturalness, being embraced by people from all backgrounds and all cultures who aren't just trying to see me as one race. And so, yeah, sure, we could have these people in here who are mad that I don't identify as black because I'm sure you spent so much of your life, embracing a black identity. So someone like me threatens that. And you could be black. If you want to identify as black, that's fine. But the thing is that you don't force other mixed or ambiguous people to do that by scaring us and telling us that the world's going to see us as black and white people will never accept us. Because now you're choosing a binary dynamic to look at us through. And so I'm sorry I can't entertain that. But I do have other people who want to come on. So if you have any last words you want to share, please feel free. And I'm going to let the next person on. I'm unmuting you now.
As white as I look, I experienced it too when I was in the Navy, and my hair after they cut my hair, and my hair was washed, they couldn't believe it. It bushed up, and they were like, "Wait a minute, we thought she was white." And they went to do an inspection, and they looked at my hair. And the inspector came to me and she said, "Your hair is a mess." And she went in my face and she got all the way in my face. And she said, "Do something with your hair before we make them cut it all off." She got all the way in my face. And I know what she meant.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to say, "We thought you were somebody else, but we know who you are now."
Okay. Well, I appreciate having you on, and thank you for your time. I'm going to invite the next guest on.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so, but here's the thing is, I don't look white. So that story doesn't apply to me. Right? Sure, you could tell a white person that, the world's going to see you as white. I don't present as white. Chat, tell me what race you guys think I am. Just the first time you saw me, what race did you think I was? Tell me in chat. Just let me know, type it out. No, let's see what race do you guys think I am? Mexican. Come on, let's see it. Latino, Asian, Arab, Dominican, Hispanic, Egyptian, black and white, East Indian, mixed. Where's black? Where's black? So I'm just saying that this assumes that everyone just see me as black, right? And Justice says I'm black, but he's also black, right? So him seeing me as black will confirm how he feels about me. So I'm just saying that to assume that the world's just going to see me as black because I'm not white, it's like such a binary way of thinking. And it represents this internalized oppression that came out of one-tribe ideology. And I think if you want to break out of that, you got to break out of this binary black or white way of thinking. All right, how you doing? Welcome back, everyone.
Thank you. And I just want to say, like for instance, if I looked at you, I would say brown. Okay, I'm whitish olive, right? I'd say brown. You could be Egyptian. You could be like part white, part Indonesian, part anything. So it's like nobody needs to and a big part of it is like where you live. So if like you lived in California, it'd be, oh, he's part Mexican. If you lived in New York, it'd be maybe Dominican, maybe Italian. It's like, it's just like, these ignorant responses just got me like a little fueled.
Well, I think people, like I said, a lot of black biracials, right? She was telling me these stories of how, she went through all these experiences and it made her more solidified in her black identity. But then they project that onto other mixed people, right?
First of all, comments. He does not have a problem with being black.
And so Justice, you're saying you wanted to come to my meetup, but then now you're like saying shit like that? Because I embrace both sides of myself, but I don't want to just be seen as one thing. Like that's the thing is, I don't want to be boxed into one race. Like if you told me I'm just white, I'd have a problem with that too. But you want black people usually want to see me as black because that's it's something that there's a lot of reasons why a lot of black people want to see mixed people as black. No, it's conditional. They pick and choose. They pick and choose when they want us to, right? They pick and choose.
Yeah, how he goes.
Let me focus on you instead of chat. Sorry, let me focus on you instead of chat.
You go. He's not embarrassed about anything.
Yeah, but it's okay. See, these are like these little insults and scare tactics. Now, I gave her 20 minutes. I gave that lady 20 minutes of time to tell me her story. And it was all nice. But then when I said, hey, don't tell your son what he is, and it's okay to identify as mixed. Now she's telling me I'm embarrassed that, oh, what the cops are going to say, what the system's going to see.
First of
No,
all,
I
and that's
hear this shit all the
correct.
time.
That is correct. And like, I mean, like, give people 20 minutes. And like, yes, I'm a little mean. I'm from New York,
I give
but it's
people
like,
10 minutes. I gave her
I
20.
love people for who they are, but like, don't waste my time with like telling me like what crayon, like how you can taste the color of a crayon, like let's move on to it. Um, but like, no, you never even said what you were. Nobody even
No.
knows. You could be Native
Yeah.
American. It doesn't matter. And like the fact, like what I was saying is that African Americans, they get the most angry. They're like, are you not one of us? Are you embarrassed? Who's this white girl? And like all I was trying to say is just like, let's just all be people equal. Like
That's it.
that is it. That is it. Let's not like feel like you can be more mean because you are something than the other person. It's like let's just like and like that's how things don't change. That is exactly how things don't change. It's like I'm getting yelled at from like a certain thing. It's like that's how things don't change. It's like be considerate, it's just like and like it breaks my heart because it's like I don't want that. Like I don't want to like things going on in the news. I don't want to feel a certain way about certain people. And like things, if you could keep doing things, it's like then I have to feel I don't want to. But it's like so it's like stop pushing people to think like do you feel good in victim? It's like you push people though. And it's like
That's
I
the
don't
thing. Like, I don't tell mixed people how to identify, right? So, like, if this woman who got on sees herself as black, cool. I didn't say, no, you're mixed. I said, okay,
cool.
cool. But I said, hey, if your son wants to see himself as mixed, let him see himself as mixed. Who is anyone to police other people's identity? Identity is very personal. So I'll never tell someone what they are and what they aren't. Like, I will never police someone's identity. And I think that's like messed up to do, and that's messed up to do to your own children. Like,
Okay,
it's
so
you
she didn't
don't,
even look mixed.
unless
It's
you've
not about
lived in
look.
my shoes, unless you've lived life in
Yeah,
my shoes, who are you
it's
to
not
tell me what my identity is?
100%. It's not, and it's not look, and it's not like, for instance, like I'm not ignorant. Like I lived in some places. Like I understand some things that are very different. Okay.
Yeah.
Very different. And like I'm not ignorant to it, but it's like, can't we like just do our best to like change what we can change? Like I want to change that like white women go to Pilates and look dumb and like like whatever super like very tiny things like, this is like so like here
I
that's it
like
but it's like
Pilates. Why are you talking about bad,
but it's
bad
like
about Pilates? I like
everything that like
Pilates.
you want to change a stigma then change it, don't yell at it, because when you yell at it it's like or like if like for instance I say black, I don't say African American, and like people will lose their mind. I'm like, I'm sorry. I know Afrikaans. I've lived in South America. I've been to Haiti. They don't in Haiti they do not consider themselves that, and it's actually like an insult if you just assume, and ignorant if you just assume that all people of that color are like from one place. And then people are just like, you should say the polite word. It's like, no, just like learn. Like there's other things to like learn before getting angry.
Yeah, exactly. And ask me how I see myself before you tell me what I am, right? Like,
Exactly.
who, so, but there is this need to like, yeah. So like people are
Flex
like,
up.
I'm upset at this or that. Yeah, because like I'm a human being. We can, if I feel passionate about a topic, there's going to be emotions. Like, oh, sauce. Hold on, let me answer one person in chat. So SOS, Kerman Bandin. My mixed people event went well. I had a little small turnout. I had about 6 people show up, and it was a really good time. It was a really nice environment. To be around other people where you don't have to explain who you are, where you don't have people policing your identity, where you don't have people trying to insult you or tell you what you experience or how you think, where you can just be your full self. It was great. It was here in Los Angeles.
Wonderful.
Uh,
Oh, you're in LA.
yeah, yeah, and I also think like right, the person one, I'm guessing the person from before was from the South, and the South, like the Southerners seem to be definitely have like more issues on race and especially multiraciality. And I understand that, you deal with a lot more racial trauma and a lot more racial division, but then you can't expect everyone else to have the same experience.
And you don't know until you know. Like, by the way, everybody, I don't consider myself like mixed. I consider myself like a little racial identity issue, but I'm not consider myself mixed. I'm not whatever. But like you don't know. Like for instance, like I was in high school, there was one Asian person. And I was like, oh, cool, you're different. Like I didn't understand what that felt like. I went to other countries where I was the only white person and I was stuck there. And I was like, oh my God, you feel different. I never like understood what that felt like. You cannot bully people and get mad at them for something like they have no idea. Because I'm telling you truly, like I'm not a horrible person. You don't have any idea until you're in a circumstance where you're like, oh gosh, this is what it feels like to have a completely different, like look different, stand out, be treated different, like economically, like by the other gender. Like you have no idea until it hits. And like how many other people that like you're like, I don't get why you don't get it, have gone to other places where they've felt that. And you don't get it until you feel it.
You know, it's funny. I think that when people ask you if you're not mixed, you can say no, but I feel multicultural because I identify with multiple cultures. I think that'd be a cool way to answer that. And then that opens up for conversation, right? But then again, when that puts you in a position where you have to explain yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's exhausting. Like
And
I
I
can't
haven't quite figured it out yet though, too. That's why I kind of joined because I like wanted to learn from you and like learn from comments. It's like I haven't quite figured out. Like I know it's weird, but like I haven't quite figured out like 100% like how I feel about it. Like, it's just I don't know. Like
what part of the country are you in now?
Laguna Beach.
Okay, that's nice. I need see. That's like I don't explore Orange County enough. I really need to go like over there. Like everyone's like, oh, Orange County is racist, woo woo. But then like I've been in like racist areas and like I
No,
didn't
seriously.
experience. And also
Yeah.
here's another thing too, right? Is okay. I live around a lot of crime and poverty and pollution and shit. Would I rather live around like in my environment right now and have to deal with crime and poverty and pollution and having to wash my back and my shit getting stolen? Or would I rather live maybe in some place where I might have to deal with the occasional microaggression, where I have to deal with the
No
occasional
idea.
racist person every now and then, because
The crime.
I've learned to just go around people like that. Okay, cool. You know what? You're a hater. I'm just going to avoid you. And sometimes you can avoid them. Sometimes in their positions of power,
No,
then
there's
that's,
too politically correct here. One for the first
oh,
thing.
that's how Laguna
Second,
Beach is
though,
now?
like if I see somebody that's brown, like honestly, like I like not out of like ageism, but like I will look because nobody. And second of all, the crime here is like I've never experienced in any place I've ever lived. It
There's like
is
no crime
no, it's bad.
in Laguna Beach.
Just a month ago, I was in the shower. This is less than a month ago. I was in the shower and I'm like super like OCD. And there was blood out my window while I was in the shower. And I was like, that's weird. Like somebody must have come in and like there's only two reasons why people break in. 2 days later, same thing happened down the street, unalived. And
Oh, wow.
it's worse here than New York.
Man, all right. Well, I'm not going to Laguna Beach no more. But
Well, are you
hey,
on the coast?
huh?
Are you on the coast?
I am in Inglewood, so I'm like by the SoFi
Inglewood?
Stadium. Yeah.
Inglewood?
But
Inglewood?
I want to move over. I was thinking about moving up to like Santa Barbara or to the Valley. I want to move to Northridge because so I could be closer to school, or I'm trying to move. LA is weird now because like the West Side used to be the place to be, like Venice, Santa Monica, but then I find like you don't end up. There's not enough culture over there. So then I'm thinking about going to Silver Lake. That's where Silver Lake's like the hot spot and where all the young, sexy people are right now. But then like it's too much
No.
pollution and it's a lot of air pollution and it's a good place to be. It's a good place to live. I'll see.
No.
I like fresh air. Once you live by the ocean, it's hard to live inland because
I moved from Buffalo, New York, and I said, like,
okay.
I went with $300 to Santa Monica, 300 bucks.
Wow.
And like, I'm moving back if I'm never by the ocean. So people are like, oh, you're so bougie. You're like always near the ocean. It's like, first of all, like if you ever want to move, anybody in here, if you're a nice person, I'm excellent at finding places. Like I found a job in Beverly Hills when I was there. I was like, well, I can't commute. I don't like to drive. Found a place right next door, like nothing, minimum wage.
Oh wow.
I excel at this.
I mean, there's like guys in chat, at some point in your life, live next to the ocean. All right,
I
like
have it the
it's
whole time. 13
yeah,
years.
yeah. I can't. I, yeah. I love living by the ocean, man. But hey, only one. I got another person who wants to come on. I appreciate you
Oh my
coming,
God.
and it was
I
good
will
to break
say,
up the intensity of that conversation. That last person I talked to, it got a little intense, so it
I
was
will
cool just to chit
say,
chat.
and
Okay.
I'm just gonna let you know, and you can like swallow it down. I will say that like the next person you talk to, not as nice, not as intelligent, not as exciting, and and when you lose about like 10 followers, you're gonna regret it.
Okay. Well, you know what? It happens, but followers come and go just like women. So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just. All right. I love having you on, and people come and go. People come and go. But uh, I appreciate you. And look, you show your face, so that's big. You guys need to show. You guys need to show your faces. That's gonna keep people around. All right. I'm gonna bring Justice on. Well, if we're good, it was good to have a break for a second. I don't like always just making it racial the whole time. How you doing,
Oh,
Justice?
hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was gonna say I don't really get nothing out of coming to your event. I was just saying just to come. Did you have a problem with me coming?
Well, you told me that like I don't want to be associated with black people, and that's a weird thing to say, just because I want to say that I'm mixed, and I don't want to just identify with just a black or white binary, and that is
That's
a hurtful thing to say to
that's not
mixed
what I
people.
said, but it seems like you
Okay,
misinterpreted.
so
So
clarify.
you're asking me, can I clarify? Yeah, I can clarify. So the well, I'm trying to like see what I was gonna say. But yeah, I don't get anything out of comment. I was just trying to see. I don't get no money out of it. I don't know if you had. I don't know why you brought that up, but I mean, but like I was gonna say, when you ask everybody, what did you appear as, right? If you what race you appeared as, and I put black because you look like a black person, and you said you seem. That's how he feels about me, so that's why he said that. So there's a negative connotation right there. You got excited. You seem like you got excited when people were saying a variety of things like Egyptian and stuff like that. But you're like, oh, that's how he feels about me. I don't feel anything way about you, but you seem like you took offense to me saying that you look black. And I said, if you, even though I don't have to clarify, I'm clarifying just out of the conversation since you seem curious. I said, if you don't want to be associated with black, then I won't call you black. If you want to be associated with something else, then that's how you can be, because you seem like you got offended by me saying you look black.
No, I was just
So,
using. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought you were done. Keep going.
but yeah, I don't really care if you don't want to be associated with black. If you don't want to be black, I won't call you black at all. I don't care, and I don't need you to identify as black because I don't get nothing out of it, really. And I don't really care if anybody identifies as black because I don't need nobody to be with me. I don't really personally associate too much with black, but I identify as foundational Black American. Besides that, but I don't really fit in with a lot of black people, but but I don't really care if you don't want to be black or not. But I'm just saying, you seem like you got offended by me saying you look black, but you got excited when other people said a variety of things. And that's what I'm just saying. You seem like you felt,
Can I respond? Because
yeah.
you're repeating
Go
yourself
ahead.
now.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Um,
for emphasis though.
yeah. If I seem that way, then I mean I don't know. Maybe you overread it. But the reason I stopped is because I was trying to show how usually black people kind of have a bias to seeing mixed people as black because of the one drop rule. Not only that, but because people usually want their numbers, right? So this is why I feel like black people so badly. Maybe not you, but I was trying to use an example of just my general experiences with black people, right? So I'm gonna take you out of it, Justice. Don't take this personal. I'm going to sort of elaborate on where my mind is going. Is that fine if I do that?
Oh, I don't care at all. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think that a lot of black people first, there's like a lot of internalized oppression due to the one drop rule, right? But why are we still upholding white supremacy? Another thing is, I think that there's a lot of people who want sexual access to mixed people, especially mixed women. And by getting a mixed woman or a black and white or black mixed woman to identify as mixed, more black men can have sexual access to her because she's going to be in mixed spaces. Another thing is oftentimes black people will be more accepting of me when I'm in the position of status or wealth or leadership because now I can be of a benefit to black people. But when I'm just another bum on a bus or another square or another weirdo, I'm not one of them. And then thirdly, I think that people want to boost their numbers because when I'm in spaces that are mostly white and there's only a few black people, I'm immediately seen as black. When I'm in spaces that are mostly black, I get immediately othered. And so this inconsistency I feel is very damaging. And that's why I feel more comfortable just being mixed. So when I saw you say black, I think there was probably an expression change because that's what I wanted to express. But look, I love being part black just as much as I love being part white. I don't have favor to any other side equally, but I don't like being boxed into one thing. So even if someone said I see you as just white, I wouldn't like that either. Of course, people won't. I've had a lot of black people call me white boy throughout my life. Or, oh, you white, that's why you like that shit. Oh, you white, that's why you talk like that. It's always like a point of put down. But I feel more comfortable just being considered mixed because then that's how now you're seeing me as the full individual that I am.
Yeah, I mean, if you're mixed, I mean, I guess it is appropriate to call you
Oh, I can't hear you. Hold
that
on.
because.
Maybe my hold on. Can you guys
Hello,
hear him?
hello, can you hear me?
Hold on. I might have to change my audio or something real quick. Chat, can you guys
Hello,
hear him? Is he talking? I can't hear him.
hello.
Okay. Hey, give me 1 second, bro. I can't hear you. Hold on. My audio be like going out
Hello.
sometimes. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking. He said he can't
Can you
hear
keep
me,
talking?
but yeah, I mean, he seems like he doesn't want to
Okay,
be
I can't hear him.
associated with black.
All
Like
right,
he
hold
got
on. Give
some
me a
type of
second,
trauma
guys.
with
For some
black.
reason,
But
my
I
audio
mean,
goes out. Let me close my
that's
window.
him. I mean, I don't really care that much. I don't need other people to make myself feel good.
Hold on.
I
This
don't need
happened
somebody to
before.
identify as black at all.
My
I
audio.
don't care. But I mean, I would definitely because these lighter skinned people, they have white privilege. Definitely have white privilege, and that really needs to be identified. And I don't know
Maybe
if
it's my
he
phone.
gets something out of it from being his privilege. He wants more privilege or something. I'm not sure, but
All right, hold on, bro. Sorry, my audio's fucking up.
because there's a lot of trauma with realizing that you're black, and people don't want to deal with that trauma. Because some mixed people, they be low key white supremacists. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard the part where you said mixed people can be low-key white supremacists.
Yeah, they can be white supremacists, yeah. But okay, so you can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. But
So I got
yeah,
finished
what you
explaining why,
so do
you
you
know,
feel like you want more privilege by identifying as mixed? You feel like you're getting more privilege from that?
I'm just getting a more honest representation of who I am. We all have advantages and disadvantages regardless of how we seem.
Well, just, generalizing, saying we all this, we all that. Certain people have more of something, so it's kind of disingenuous to say that. But you can be honest. Just say, I mean, you want more, you want access to more privileges with by differentiating your identity. It is what it is. I study sociology, so that's what this is all analysis for me.
Yeah, but you didn't experience life as a mixed person. So you can
I
study
don't
all
have
you
to
want.
experience
I
that.
think I think to discern is very important though, because there's a lot of people who read about racism and study about the racial experiences of other people, but now you're talking to someone who actually experiences it. And we're still a
Right, but
very newly field of study. I mean, like how
I can
much
approach this unbiased in an unbiased manner.
sure, but you're measuring my experiencing with the barometer by using whiteness as a barometer.
Well, I'm
You're
using not whiteness. I'm using everything as to now and make an analysis. But basically, did you just say that you wanted access to mixed women?
No, I say that a lot of times people want mixed people to identify as black because they want sexual access to mixed people. But that's any monoracial group. They'll try to get Asians to identify as Asian so that more Asians have access to them because then they're going to be in those monoracial spaces. No, if you can keep a mixed girl from dating white people or dating other races by brainwashing her to just see herself as one race and have loyalty to only one side. That's one of the reasons that people try to get mixed people to just choose one side.
Okay, and do you prefer at all mixed women,
I prefer
mixed
women who are
men or
close to
mixed
me.
women?
No, I'm
Okay, so
telling
you
you, I'm answering your question right now. I don't have a preference. I don't care what race they are. I care about who they are.
okay? I mean, that's fine, but I'm just saying you. I would think you were black if I saw you, but that's you can identify. If you don't want to be called black, I mean, I don't. I won't call you black then. If you don't want to be called black.
It's dishonest because then why now you're erasing part of the other side of who I am. I can't tell you how you see me, right? I can't tell you how you see me because how you see me is how you see me. But if I tell you how I identify, I ask that you respect that.
I mean, that's fine. If somebody was transgender and they wanted to be called she, I would call them she. I don't have a problem with that.
Cool. Then yeah, then I hope maybe that part you understand. But I am going to address something. When you say stuff like mixed people can be white supremacists and some of the stuff, the rhetoric you're using is very harmful to mixed people. And if you do want to come into mixed spaces, this is something you should be mindful of, because this sort of you are sort of, and I'm just letting you know from my perspective, policing people's identity. And people want to be in a space where they don't have to deal with that, where they don't have to explain their identity, where they can talk about their experiences without someone policing them or asking them these critical questions.
Well, I'm not policing anyone's identity, and I don't have to be. I'm actually not in any mixed space at all. And that's a harsh reality that a lot of people don't like to to realize. So I'm just calling a spade, and that's just what people. I'm not doing anything harmful. People are just sensitive because they don't want to face the truth. I mean, there's definitely, this is a white supremacist society. People are very biased towards selfishness and white people. So if anybody has the chance to get that privilege, that's how the world works, to be selfish and benefit from privilege. So that's why people would lean more towards whiteness.
But that's not my problem if people lean towards whiteness. I lean towards mixedness.
Right. So I'm not policing anyone's identity. No need to personalize. I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm not attacking mixed people. No need to personalize and take it as an attack. Some mixed people are white supremacists. That's what I was saying, but not all are. But I'm just saying a lot are. Even especially light-skinned black people, they're very colorist. A lot of them are. I'm not saying all, but they're very colorist and white supremacists.
Yeah,
Bragging
but
about being light skinned is
colorism
definitely.
goes both ways too. Do you acknowledge that, or do you only think that you can be colorist towards dark people? Do you think it could go towards lighter people as well?
Well, colorism is colorism, regardless of who's doing it. Well, if you think one thing is superior to the other, so I don't know about this whole both ways thing. It's just colorism is colorism. So
Okay.
light
Well, I mean,
skin, black.
I've had a lot of black people say that black people can't be colorist. I've had them tell me that, So I
They
was just wondering.
definitely can't. I've spoken to a lot of light skinned black women, and I actually understand what they're saying. So, yeah, but I'm just saying who benefits the most in a way.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to end with this. I don't want to know a lot of the criticisms around racism and racial hierarchies don't really hold scrutiny to mixed people, in my opinion. Our experience is measured by whiteness. We're constantly put in this white supremacist hierarchy, as if us identifying as mixed instead of black or identifying as mixed instead of Asian somehow brings us up closer to whiteness, up on the white supremacist hierarchy. But that's not how mixed people think. We want to escape that hierarchy altogether because our experience is completely different. You know, where we don't look at, oh, the lighter our skin, the better our experience. We look at, hey, I'm at the combination of different cultures and backgrounds. I don't see myself as part of that hierarchy at all. And sure, some monoracial people want to oppose it on us, and that's actually monoracism. It's the imposition of these 5 racial categories onto mixed people and the type of institutional oppression based on monoraciality that they try to impose upon mixed people. If you're interested in sociology, I would highly suggest you look up monoracism. It's a term that does float around critical mixed race studies communities. And I think that what happens a lot is people use a white supremacist ranking system to analyze the mixed race experience. But I would say to put that away for a while and look at the mixed race experience as something entirely different. But I appreciate your time. I got someone else to come on. I gave you 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's closer to whiteness though. You definitely throughout history, light skinned people are closer to white, and they get some of the benefits from that. Beyonce and people like her, Diana Ross, people, it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. People need to accept it.
All right, thank you for your time. Okay, now we got Tone, Valens. Hold on, let me just moderate the chat real quick. But I do suggest you guys look up monoracism. And what I don't like about these current modern racial study frameworks is that everything's about white supremacy. But however, that now you're ranking us or measuring our experience based on a white supremacist ranking system. But I can talk about my experiences where, once again, the way I presented myself and moved through this world changed dramatically based on how I presented myself, even though my skin color was the same the whole time. So I can't say it's just skin color. It's a lot to it. There's a lot more complexity to the mixed race experience than just skin color, but a lot of monoracial people are focused on skin color. And you can try to say, oh, you're denying reality or that. That is monoracial people's reality. The mixed race experience is completely different, and you have to be willing to challenge everything you think you know about race when you look at the mixed race experience. All right. What's going on? What's going on, you Tony? Welcome back.
Hey, what's up? What up, SA? Nah.
What's up, fool?
Nah, man. No, just checking on you, dude. Just checking how the people of the world are and what's going on,
Yeah, I mean, we had some tonight we had a little more critical discussion. I like it when we have chill people come on because it breaks up some of the intensity. It lets people relax. Because, but it's interesting. Like I can tell when my algorithm is suggesting my content to different kinds of people. But I think that I wish we could all just get along. I think that people have these really strict definitions around interpreting racism and racial experiences, but then you kind of have to reanalyze it when it comes to multiracial, multicultural experiences because the game is different for us. But I'm gonna block a few people. Okay, Gemini's calling me a tether.
No, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
Block that person. Shoot. Block. Well, here are things that if you're just talking shit to me in the chat, it doesn't make this a safe space for mixed people. Right? Like, cool.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Thank you for correcting
Is it even
me.
No, those bastards, those ignorant sons of bitches.
Someone says it's giving chili ducking to be seen a certain way. That's who you are. Then it be.
See, I think I gotta be drunker to even understand that. I don't even know what the hell.
Well, if you talk like that, I don't even want to hang out with you. If you talk
I know, right? It's like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't want.
Are they playing hopscotch Are they playing hopscotch and trying to talk at the same time?
Yeah, I got people who like They use so many like social justice terminology on my comments. I don't even know what they're saying. And then they'll use it like with these Gen Z abbreviations. I'm like, what? I don't even know what they're talking about. But I let them comment because, yeah, I just think that, we got people who are perpetually outraged, and then it just fuels my misery. Whereas I really, I'm just trying to get along.
I was curious, if you don't mind me asking, behind you, the giant great elephant. Now there's a few things about that. There's I don't know if you're into like Hinduism or like peace or just meditation, but when I see that, I think about my great grandma and my tias, because they always had little elephant statues around because they bring for like, for good luck and like fortune and stuff. So that was like my thing growing up. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I was wondering what do you just like the symbol of it, or it just looks strong and badass?
I mean, I don't know. It just looks kind of cool. I mean, I do have some connections.
It's cool, right? Like, yeah. Why not put it up? It's cool.
To like Hindu culture and yoga and what is it? Buddhism. So it did meet like the style I was looking for.
Yeah. Honestly, well, no, thanks for sharing. It helps. I mean, I was wondering, like, did it fit in somewhere, or did you just like the art of it?
Both. There's Ganesh, but it doesn't mean anything to me. The god, the elephant god in Hinduism, Ganesh. And also, like an elephant never forgets or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I can make up stuff, but it's just, I got you. I got my weights right here.
Check it out.
And my little lung, and I got my anatomy thing. This is what everyone looks at. Girls will just stare at this the whole time when they come over. They don't even look at the other art. So, hey, I need to get more anatomy posters up here. Have one on the ceiling. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's actually, I used to have like a shit ton of injuries, and part of how I healed myself was just the studying like biomechanics and figuring out how the body works, because these physical therapists were on some bullshit. You go at the gym?
When I can. Yeah, when I can.
Oh, so basically never?
Oh, no, yeah. Pretty much now it feels like it's just once every couple of weeks now. It's just been broken out of it. Staying home with the family.
Yeah. I just
taking advantage, actually. Out. Yeah, no, dude. That's what it's there for. That's so what and the what's badass about the place I go to doesn't cost a lot. Not bragging, but they do have amenities there, which is cool, like a steam room, a swimming pool, and like a relaxing room. And when you can go into those freaking dry rooms, the hot rooms, man. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to Equinox, man. They had like the best freaking steam room there ever. I miss going to Equinox. I just don't have the 300 a month. I think it's like $350 a month now to pay for it. But that's what, honestly, Equinox changed my life, man. Because that's when I was like, shit, I want to fit in with these people. They're making some money around here. And that's when I kind of like, switched my whole style up to be like kind of like fit in with the athleisure money-making crowd. And then it changed my whole life experience after that. So, yeah. All right, Red States Blues. He says, pretty much every black in the U.S. is mixed. Cool, then you should be down with everything I'm talking about. If we all mixed, man, you should be down with everything I'm talking about. Like, you should have no opposition to anything I'm saying.
Just together.
Yeah. Oh, not he. It's a girl. Okay, sorry. I'm somehow supposed to know by this cartoon avatar you have. But nah, man. I used to bodybuild, bro. I wasn't always like chunky. I used to be like shredded, and then I went to jail, and then I started like I got on fat boy time, we call it. I just started eating my time away. But I'm losing it. I'm losing it and coming back to it feels good too, man. My feet don't hurt. I don't know. Are you fat? Are you heavy? Like how? Like
from the yoga? Your feet don't hurt from the yoga, or the feet don't hurt because you're not as big as you were?
Because I'm not as big anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I do like being fat. I realized that being fat is truly like a mental problem, because like immediately, like if I got stressed out, I would crave food immediately, and then it's like you gotta eat, right? You can't just like not eat, So like you have to. So the food becomes a trigger, right? So like I could just not smoke, right? I could just not drink, but you have to eat. So I feel like that's like the number one hardest thing to quit or change is your eating habits. So I sympathize.
The only thing I think
Go on.
I think the only simplest way to freaking do something like that is if you, instead of just making yourself quit one thing completely, quit another thing completely, that crap, just like portion control. But that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. But I know it should work for a lot of people. Like, hey, eat what you want. Just, cut it in thirds or cut it in half or whatever. So you don't, that's a change, at least in itself, That's a beginning. That's a stepping stone. That's a start. For me, though, I already know what I cut out.
What I do, man, like, and it didn't work, but I start cooking, right? Like, I don't eat out, nothing, right? If you want something, you gotta cook it yourself. And then, like, you're more connected to the food, right? Because the cooking, Alexa, turn on the lights in my bedroom. The experience of cooking becomes, like, more fulfilling, right? You see the food, you smell it, you cut it up, you hear it bubbling. When you eat it, it's so much more wholesome and fulfilling. Like, I won't cut down the quantity of food. I'll just change the quality. Like, I'll still eat as much, because you can only eat so much vegetables and meat, right? You can eat endless bowls of cereal, but vegetables and meat, you can only eat so much. So you're cutting out food that triggers cravings, and you're filling yourself with nutritious food on a constant basis. That's really how I lost weight. I was just only eating nutritious food. Once you eat, like, junk food or easy, quick carbs, quick sugars, your body's gonna crave that. And a lot of heavyweight people are actually malnourished. That's part of the craving. But then they'll eat like shit because that's what they've been used to eating. All right, let me answer. Amazing Ali says, "What was your experience in jail as a biracial
Cool.
woman?" I have a video on that. It's somewhere on my page somewhere. I just don't feel like talking about jail too much right now. I don't feel like getting in detail because, like, I don't know, man. I'm just tired of talking about jail. I have a whole TikTok account where I just talk about prison. I don't even get on it no more because it's like, all right. Like,
oh, yeah. Just suggest that shit to people.
Here it is. Yeah, if you want to find out, Hi Andre is the account. I'm going to put it in here. Now I just talk about LA shit now. I don't even talk about because I'm like, you got ex-cons who talk about prison for like 10 years straight. And it's like, bro, like, right? Like, if I quit doing a certain rug, I'm not going to talk about that rug all the time. I'm going to talk about other shit I'm doing. So, yeah, Marlon White said, who would want to remember jail once they leave? Not me. Every now and then I'll, like, try to remember just to appreciate where I'm at. But it's like, I'm not trying to make an identity around it. Prison's trash, bro.
biggest waste of time in your life.
I mean, it was good for me, bro. I'm gonna be real. I was tripping. Like, I was not doing well. I needed a break from society. Like, it actually helped me, but most people it's not gonna help. And yeah, I'd rather have not put my family through that. There's some people in prison who need to be there. Like, I'll be for real, man. I remember this.
That's different. That's completely different. Yeah, you read about that.
But like, that's what got me sober. I've been sober for 5 years. And it was like I needed to be somewhere where I couldn't do anything for years, right? To me, like, people go to a 3-month rehab program, that's not enough. If you've been living your life a certain way for the last 10, 15, 20 years, a 3-month program is not gonna do jack shit. So that's where I got read up on Buddhism and philosophy and self-help and biomechanics and all that shit. And then that really changed my thinking and transformed my mind a lot. Maybe I should do like a mixed mental health panel where I just talk about mental health shit. Maybe I'll do that next week. You guys want a mental health panel chat? Would a mental health panel be useful to you? Like, where I just talk about mental health. It don't even have to be like mixed shit. It could just be for everybody. Chat, yeah, no, okay. Yes. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just have like a workshop. I'll probably do all the talking, sorry, like I'm doing now. But I'll do like a mixed mental health live where I just talk about mental health because that's actually contributing. Yeah. All right, well, it's been, actually, man, let me shut it down now. I've been up here like 2.5. Oh, see, now you want to turn your camera on now that I'm out of here. What's up, bro? Oh, you got
wanted to say hi.
Oh, you got some tapestry up too behind you as well. That looks pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. That's the poncho my grandfather gave me.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, bro.
I'll be wearing it in some of my videos, my lives, or my AI stuff just for fun.
Oh, you go live too?
I'm getting there.
All right, yeah, invite me. I'll come and support your live since you come and support mine.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it. And then thank you everyone for being here, which is awesome because, and I didn't mean to take, I cruised in. We've met just not too long ago, 1 to 2 interactions. And I was like, let me see how my brother's doing here and how my fellow comrade and, a fellow spirit. and
So,
see, say
my
what's
spirit
up.
brother, my spirit brother. Amazing Ali said, I wanted you to show your face and talk about being mixed. Yeah, so we usually are. So there were, I don't think only like one or two people, mixed people hopped on here tonight.
Oh yeah.
But usually it's like a lot of mixed people. I think it's just, I think like if a certain race shares my shit, then it just suggests mostly that. It's weird. TikTok like racially compartmentalizes people. Like if it thinks you're like black, it'll just show you black content. If it thinks you white, it'll show you like white content. It's weird.
Well, I was raised, so I'm Hispanic, I'm Mexican. But obviously I am super light skinned, blue eyes, and but my dad was light skinned, green eyes, and everyone else in the family, my sister's a little light skinned, but my grandma, everyone, they had more color to them, from Mexico and stuff. I think I never met my real grandfather. He passed through, one of those guys. They said he might have been Spaniard, But other than that, my great grandparents are from Mexico. But yeah, so I always got treated as the Miklo, the white boy, because even though everyone knew my family was my last name's Valenzuela, and everyone knows my family and everywhere we came from and stuff. So it's pretty cool. But I did have a different uptake as well, just to kind of keep to the prompt that you have up there, to bring a little conversation that way.
That's all good. Yeah. I appreciate it. You know what, man?
And my boy's black. My partner's black. Sorry, but my boy has me and her. So yeah. So I live my life with my family. With my woman partner is black. My son is of me and her. So we got that mix going.
That's what's up. Hey, I got someone on that wants to hop on. I'm gonna let them hop on real quick.
Get it. Thank you for the time, man. I'll catch everyone later.
Right, later.
Thank you, everyone.
Follow him next time he goes live. All right, this is going to be my last guest for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up early today. I'm not going to be on here for 7 hours like I be on here. Hey, Seaton King, how you doing?
Not too bad, mate. How's things your end?
Good. I had like a mixed meetup yesterday that was really successful. And I'm just giving people a space to talk about the multiracial experience.
Nah, kill it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. How about yourself?
That's awesome.
What you up to?
I was gonna make myself my 7th coffee on the day and probably get some dishes done after all this. Actually,
man.
I'm from another part of the world, man. I'm from Australia, so
welcome.
Different time zones, different. Yeah, one and only. Yeah, the place that takes 7 hours to get to anywhere.
I want to go down there. Actually, I was trying to move down there, and I asked an Australian if it's cool, and he told me to fuck off because you guys are full. I think a lot of people are trying to go down there. Because I heard you guys, your healthcare is really good. You guys have like some of the best healthcare in the world, right?
Oh, mate, we got it. Depending on what you need done is depending on whether it's covered or not. It's actually not bad, but you got to go through. You got to be signed up to certain systems for it to be good. So it does pay to have to pay a little bit extra, which is fine if you got it. Like if you're coming into the country, you have opportunities. They will offer it to you. They treat people coming into the country better than people already in the country.
Oh man, I bet that's real frustrating, huh?
Oh, you have no idea. I've got dental problems I got dental issues, dude. Like I can't even get to that because I got to go through 7 different systems and take a whole day on the phone just to get it looked at.
Maybe you should leave and come back as an immigrant, just see how it goes.
I might do that.
Go to Thailand.
What's the subject here?
We're talking about where do mixed people belong? What does it mean to be mixed race, or what it's like to be mixed, or any comment you have about being mixed or multicultural.
Oh, okay. No, it's funny. You put that one up there. See, Australia's got 70 plus different cultures from all around the world, just about, and it's actually really nice. We do have an issue with people coming to the country that don't want to be here, and that causes the problem, hence why you were told what you were told. But then you got a good majority of the population, they do want to be in Australia. And they love Australians, they love how relaxed we are. And we are, especially when we're given reason to not worry about people being in. So yeah, we're good with this. I live in a WOG neighborhood. Italian family from my side. My neighbors are Greek. I got a Greek family across the road. My other neighbors, part Aussie, part Indigenous, so Indigenous Australian, and we got all sorts of people in this country, and it's actually really mixed. So as long as people get along, a lot of people don't see a problem. Media just hypes it up to sound like it's a big cooking pot of violence.
Yeah, but I know, trust me, the media will focus on shit to blow it out of proportion to get people outraged and to get engagement. So, but you guys have a lot of you have like the Maori population there, then you have like New Zealanders, then you have Pacific Islanders over there. And I heard you guys getting a lot of Indian and Chinese immigration as well.
We are, yes. We're getting everyone's coming here because a lot of countries are being squeezed by taxations, job issues, and they think Australia is the big, massive place of opportunity. Pardon me. However, it does come unfortunately that if so many people come in, it does limit the opportunities for people coming in to actually get a job, get the house, get the dream of living that they want. And that's it's like a room that can fit 20 people. You get 10 people in, everyone's comfortable. You get another 10, it's perfect, you can't fit any more. But the door's still open and people are still coming in. And now that's the problem. And Siren, to answer your question, for the most of us, we treat people how they treat Australians in the country. Okay. And if they treat us bad, we'll treat you bad, and you don't have to be here because you came here. Does it make sense?
Yeah, but let me ask, do you have a lot of mixed people in Australia?
Yes, a lot.
And
what is Go on, sorry.
So what is like the usual makeup of mixed people there? Is it like Australian and Asian, like white and Asian, or like what's the common mix there?
Well, a lot of people from the islands, so we go Philippines, Taiwan, a couple of the islands like Samoa, Fiji, islands like that, or people from Asian backgrounds, they will marry someone Australian. They will come to the country and they will, exactly. Basically, don't start none, don't get none. They will marry us, marry Aussies, and they will live in the country. And you will get a mix of both cultures living in the same family. Same thing with Indians too. Some Indians will come in and marry an Australian, and they won't lose their culture. There will just be a mix of Australian as well, and the Aussie could have a mix of another culture as well. So, for example, I'm half Italian, but you couldn't tell just by my picture. And it's as long as everyone's willing to accept all different aspects of the culture. That's both where they're going to, where they came from. No one's really going to have a problem. But for some reason, again, media blows things out of proportions and everyone just fights everyone. And yeah, it just causes so much problems. And that's why I kind of stick to myself mainly.
What city are you in?
I'm in Adelaide.
Where's that?
So I'm down to in South Australia. So I'm in the capital. I'm in the big city of South Australia.
How do you spell that?
Adel. Aidee.
Okay, because I only hear about like Sydney and Brisbane. Oh man, so you're way over there on that side. Yeah, I didn't know humans even live over there. That's a big continent. All we hear is Melbourne and Sydney. Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane.
Don't get me started on Tasmania.
Oh man! So, what do people do in Adelaide? There's literally a kangaroo island over there. Look, it says the kangaroo. There's literally a kangaroo island.
Right here. Mate. Yeah, there is. I've been on that island once, I think.
And there's a raptor domain. Kangaroo Wildlife Park, Raptor Domain. Okay, that sounds fun. Sorry, what are you about to say? What are you about to say?
About the about King Island. I almost landed on there one time. I was sailing around the Backstairs Passage, which is between mainland Cape Jervis and Kangaroo Island, or King Island. And no, it was Kangaroo Island, yeah. And the winds out there around there are pretty brutal, but Kangaroo Island's nice. It's a very touristy place, and it's for the wealthy because you have to go there by ferry, or because you can't really fly. They got no airports. Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's pretty good. But yeah, a lot of these places, Australia is just, it's like Texas, but with different seasons. And no firearms.
So you've been in Texas too?
No, I haven't left the country. Yes, DKC, yes, they do get 6'2". The kangaroos are massive.
Yeah, I get
And
mocked
if
by a
you
kangaroo.
You can, yeah. But, if you don't let it happen, if you kind of stand your ground, if you're really good, you're good with them, they're good with you, you got no problems. It's the snakes and everything else you got to worry about.
And the ants, right? You guys got some killer ants down there too. Like,
Insane, man. Like some of them jump and sting you. Some of them are just so small they bite you. Yeah, all the spiders, yeah. Yeah, we're a cook pot of everything that's small and dangerous, and the big stuff you can easily avoid.
so how do you just get
No,
used
it's a
to
fun
it?
place
Like,
still.
oh yeah, there's a venomous snake that might kill me. Let me just kick it out the way. Like, do you just get used to it?
Sort of. After a bit, you do get used to it. You just go like, oh yeah, there's a snake over there. How do you know? There's a bird swooping.
Oh man. Yeah, so that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it's such a big continent. Like, it's so crazy to look at on the map because it's like, wow, you guys have so much land. I mean, do people really live inland? Is that a populated area? Just how we have the Midwest in the USA. Do they have is there a big inland city in Australia?
So inland cities are Cooper Pedy, Alice Springs. There's a few smaller towns. Yeah, there's a few, but not the major ones. But because the inland is just dry, and you got the Darling Basin underground, but you can't really access it without drilling. Yes, Indigenous people do live in those areas because of I forget the name of it. English is hitting a blank on that one. But they have their own, their mob has that land, and that's always been their land. So they will live there and just, peacefully exist there. That's fine if they want to do that. But mainly most people live on the coastlines in the major cities, and the rural areas that kind of people work and kind of live. Like, we kind of live there, we kind of don't. It's seasonal for the most. I've lived in 3 of those rural towns within 6 years, and I kind of liked it. It was actually really quiet. It was really good. It was simple.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. Well, hey, Sheen, I appreciate you sharing your experiences in Australia. I'm actually gonna wrap it up for tonight. I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours now, and I'm gonna get some sleep because it's about 2 a.m. here. But I appreciate having you, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
No worries. Well, I do lives every now and then, so if anybody's interested, feel free. Otherwise, all good. Seeing yous.
What do you talk about in your life?
It's usually like a sit down at the couch and just talk about anything, really. Talk shop, talk shit,
All right, cool. Well, maybe we'll all have to shoot this shit sometime. But all right, man, good luck with your 7 cups of coffee. Try to, get some electrolytes so you don't fuck up your heart and get dehydrated. But you have a good night. Or morning or whatever.
No worries. Catch you later, mate.
Later.
No worries. Yeah, it's like
All right, guys. I appreciate everyone watching. I do kind of like to have a casual conversation at the end just to wind things down. People do start leaving because they're here for the engaging racial discussion, but like we're all human, man. Like let's leave on a happy note. So I appreciate everyone who's joined. Thank you everybody, and thank you guys for watching. Thank Eve, Marlon White, DKC. I can't see everyone. Thank you for the follow, Brendan, Seaton King, Gingerhead Girl, Stacey Marie, Jonelle, Hishima, Zombie Thing, Gloria Law, Chanel, everybody. It doesn't show me all the followers. I mean, all the people watching all the time. Cesar, Brendan, yeah, David Love, everyone. So, yeah, you guys have a good night, and I'm gonna get some sleep. Peace.